beautiful people! Welcome back to another episode of Getting On a Podcast. It's a podcast where it's about mental health, the challenges and trauma, but also the healing. I'm Ivory, I'm your host, and I'm ready to dive into this week's episode. All right, let's begin. On today's episode of Getting Older, I'm sitting down with someone who's been a part of my life for over 12 years, my best friend Brandon. This conversation is personal. We're talking about brotherhood, identity, growing up in a Jamaican household, family dynamics, and the moments that shape who we become. Brandon opens up about his upbringing, navigating life after his father's deportation to Jamaica, the emotional impact that had on him, and how these experiences influenced the man that he is today. We also get into mental health, relationships, sex, masculinity, turning 30, and what getting older really means when you're learning about yourself in real time. Y'all, Brandon is literally the only guest that has been on the most Getting Older episodes. But here's the thing. Brandon's been on 3 episodes with groups, you know. He's on 2 episodes with Steven and 1 episode with Sky. But you know what? Let's really get to know who Brandon is. Y'all, give it up for Brandon!
You sound like a commentator for soccer.
You know.
Golazo!
That part.
What's good, people? Hope y'all good.
How we feeling, my brother?
I'm up, man. It's a nice, beautiful day. Summer's starting to warm up a little bit. Hips defrost with that.
That part. Listen, so 10 hours ago, y'all, we went to Shrine in Harlem last night. And let me tell you, I have a question. Did you have fun?
It was a vibe. After the performances and like the club actually started going, people was vibing.
Right.
So I'm here for that. That's what I need.
Right. It's like one of those like best like hidden gem spots. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, when I looked into it before, I was like, yo, like I never really got to go to like the full thing where it's like, let me see the live performances, then actually moving forward, like get the downtime, get to see people you haven't really saw and start having conversations. And once the dance floor started, you know, popping and dropping it was fun, bro.
Performances, I give it like 5 out of 10.
That's not nice. Because
they did the thing.
She was
all right, so the first act was cool. I fuck with her.
Okay.
The second act, I came back after like chowing down on some good food.
For an hour. We were gone for an hour, by the way.
I was gone for a minute.
You and Sky were gone for an hour? Like,
first of all, that line was like long as hell. That was like the most of the wait that it was a 5-minute walk. We was in line for like a good 30 minutes.
Right.
And then we sat down and ate.
Oh, okay. No, literally, I thought you left. So I was like, I'm going to have to get a new ride or something.
Everybody was texting me. Sky was, Kaylee was texting me. Steven was texting me. Like, they wanted me to be the savior. Like, I don't know what I was going to do with that night.
I don't know either. Like,
I'm the last one to try to save the night. Like, I be chilling. Big chilling.
I saved the night. But anyways, so, B, do you remember the first time that we met?
Debate?
I
do.
What was your first impression?
The kid's a little slow. We was working all night.
Clip that. The kid is a little slow. Okay. Proceed.
All right, yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
Okay.
Context, the first time that we met was in 11th grade. We were both on the debate team, and the way the debate team was structured was, it was like mini Congress, where we had to come up with a topic idea or concept and try to make a legal bill for that and present that to Congress, which is just a whole bunch of other little kids. I had a partner at one point, and then something happened with him. He couldn't come on the trip to do the debate with me. So the advisor, the teacher, he put Ivory on the case with me. It was my case, so I knew everything in and out. And I was trying to catch him up to speed. Literally all night. What was like after the party, we locked in.
We locked in for like almost 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, I hopped on it because they was just saying, like, I didn't even know anything about like the bill. So they were saying like, oh, you're gonna do this. And I was like, okay, cool. But like, I need to understand the bill. I need to know what's going on and stuff like that. So for me, it's like, and also he picked me because I won best speaker last year at the place. So he was like, you won best speaker last year, so you could hop on this real easily.
Flex it a little bit.
Right, that's cute, but like, no. But anyway.
It was a long night.
Long night. And I remember, Brandon, you passed your bill in your room.
I did.
I did not pass my bill in my room. I remember I saw Brandon, he's like, I passed my bill. And this is like, I was like, I literally dropped to the floor like, I did not pass that bill.
That was fine. I was there for the vibes. I wasn't trying to win or nothing.
Right.
I was trying to win.
No, of course you were, of course you were. But like since then, like even like from that debate trip, because we shared a room, we was there for like 4 days.
Was it?
4 or 5 days, I think.
It was,
we was
it
in the
was a
room.
long weekend.
Yeah, because we shared a room with 2 other people. So like again, like I don't know, I feel like being compact together in those days, I felt like just exploring the museums and stuff like that.
Right.
I was like, I like you. I think like you're really cool. And
Thank you. I appreciate that. I try to be.
yeah, an asshole. but I remember like after that, you said like you run track and stuff like that. And I remember I kept saying to myself, like I was in nutrition, like I always wanted to do a sport, right? And I said like never really done a sport in high school,
Right.
And I was like, let me join your track team. Then
It's not my track team.
well. Let me join where you run track at, basically, y'all. And I did that, and I felt like that's how I met other people. And you also introduced me to Steven as well.
My boy.
So literally, bro, like I remember just like I think doing the track, going to meets every day, practice every day. And then we did our photography company, 96 Productions, together.
That was a vibe.
How we want to make money and stuff like that on the side. 'Cause you know me, I'm like, oh, how can we make some money?
Right.
And I love photography. So like you got really into it. Like that's the thing about you. I never expected you to be like, have Photoshop on your computer and really get into it and stuff like that. I was into it, yeah. You really were.
I don't know. I feel like for me, I feel like I have the eye, you know, for like a good vision.
For art.
Yeah. And I just kind of like try to capture that in a lens. I feel like you've seen the vision that I've had.
No, it's really good.
Like
That's what I'm saying. Like I never really knew at that time, like, wow, like you're really like good at this. Because not everyone can take a picture.
Right.
But it depends on the quality. Like I remember you said you went to, I think it was DC, you took the camera for yourself.
Right.
And I remember seeing like, wow, like just like the art and then like the way you edit and stuff like that was like, it was really cool. I was like, clock it.
I try to go for like natural stuff. I love like landscape photography. Whenever we go on hikes, we take the camera.
Oh my goodness.
That was a great time. No, photography is cool.
It's an amazing thing. All right. So let me get into you now. So.
Were we not on me?
Okay, we are. Can I just tell you guys something as we keep going? When you know someone for 12 years, this is the type of banter that you will get. Brad, this is what I'm going to tell you about you, though. I'm going to tell you about yourself real quick.
Please.
You are one of those people where, I don't know if you could tell by the personalities in this already, as we're going into 7 minutes of this already, but for me, it could be like this. I'm like, if I see the sky is blue, right? I'm like, Brandon, the sky is blue. Look how blue it is, right? This is Brandon. Sure. And then I would like, Brandon, the sky is blue.
I'm like, all right, I heard you the first time.
No. You'd be like this. Are you expecting a response or a reaction out of me right now? Like, what are we doing right now? Please shut up. Like, bye.
You make me sound so like corporate.
In a nice way. No, but because you be saying some big ass word. Again, I'm a little slow. So sometimes like you be saying certain things and be like, what? But no, I want to get into you real quick. So, where are you from? Where'd you grow up from?
Plainfield,
New Jersey.
Born and raised.
Born and raised. Okay, and what is your nationality?
Jamaican.
Okay.
One question I always get is 100% Jamaican? I don't know, 50% asshole.
Okay. What do you do with that? Do what you want with that, guys.
100% Jamaican. Both parents, they came from the island. My mom came in 91. My dad came in 94, 95. Mom been here since, came into the world in 96. It's been cool.
You have a sister?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
At least one.
Yes, older sister. Now, I want to know... I didn't expect you to say that. Sorry. Wait. I didn't expect you to say that. Wait. I didn't say that.
I thought we were rolling.
I'm rolling. Okay, bad. Go ahead. So, I want to know, like, what was it like growing up in a Jamaican household for you?
I don't know. I didn't think it was any different from anybody else. I had both parents in the house, mom and dad. They raised us, me and my sister. It didn't feel like anything different. I thought I had a pretty cool house. House itself was absolutely fire. We had a pool growing up, big spacious yards, plenty of space in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So that was, in itself a blessing to have. And then just like the dynamic that we had in the family, like my dad, he would try to cook Sunday dinner every week if he was around.
Mm-hmm. What'd your dad do for work?
He was a truck driver. So he used to haul cars, go all over like the lower 48 to do it. It was cool, you know, just like kind of seeing him go to different places, like travel, quote unquote travel.
Yeah.
It was dope to like just see him come back and like talk about Texas, you know, hear him talk about California, things that he was doing while like he was working out there. I remember one time he told me he hauled cars to California, like SoCal. I don't know where exactly. But he said like when he made his stop, he was able to go to like an Indy 500 race. So that was cool, you know. I think it was like my uncle. He was that was racing at the time.
Okay.
So like he helped bring his car in and like just watch him race. So hearing stories like that was cool. Hearing different stories about them back in Jamaica, that was always a nice little treat. And then having to be able to connect that whenever I will go to Jamaica with them, it was cool. Jamaican music blasting throughout the house. My dad was a DJ, so he had like a whole like sound system, hella speakers in the basement. So when he's cooking on Sunday, freaking like 11 o'clock in the morning, he starts bumping music. So that's where I learned appreciation for the oldies, reggae itself. I got a couple playlists that inspired by that. So it's cool. I don't know. I don't think a Jamaican household, I just look at it like a full house.
Okay. So as it being a full house, as you're growing up, what were some of your hobbies that you did?
My parents, they tried to have me in a lot. So like me and my sister, we both had our activities. She had her stuff, I had mine. Growing up, we started in the same things. I think that was just easier to just drop your kids off at one spot.
Right.
So I danced for a little bit. I did like hip hop, ballet, jazz, stuff like that. I wasn't into it. It wasn't my scene, but you know, I didn't really have much choice at the time.
Right.
But I did have a choice of doing things that I wanted to do. Sports, you know, like I joined soccer for a little bit. My dad was a coach. So that was, you know, cool little dynamic. I really took it for granted, but like now that I think back on that, it was mad dope. Just being able to have that bond and like, yes, that was my dad, but at the same time, like that was still a coach. You feel me? So like it was like
no special treatment.
Yeah, like feel me? Like my dad would bench me if I was fucking up. Like 100% would bench me.
No,
right? Like he had me on defense. He didn't have me as a striker, so like there was no favoritism at all. Like he wanted to win, and I think that's, you know, a good thing to just kind of put your pride aside, even if it is like your son as your pride, to get the job done. That's cool. It's noble.
Right. And also I didn't realize though too, I've like knowing you for 12 years, I didn't realize like how much we kind of interlapped with each other in a sense in early years. Like my sister and you did show choir together. Right. And then like our families know each other's like friends or whatever not. Like I didn't realize that.
Plainfield's small. Yeah,
when you think about it more, I didn't realize like how small Plainfield was. That's why I started realizing if I go to your grandma's house or family function you have, whatever not, they say, oh, if I bring my dad maybe, and they talk about it. I'm like, oh. Yeah. But again, it is a small world.
It's close, it's super close.
You know? But besides that, what did your families instill in you? Like, what were the values that they instilled in you and your sister?
Something that was early on that was taught to me was just kind of be yourself.
It shows.
Thank you. I tried.
It shows.
So like my dad, like I said, I looked up to my dad. Like seeing him go to different places was cool. The way he had charisma and was just chatting with folks all the time, like, and they showed him genuine love. I thought that was admirable, you know? So one day I was like 6, 7 years old. I went up to him. I was like, hey, like, you're my role model. I want to be just like you when I grow up. And then he replied to me and said, hey, like, you could be so much better than me. Like, if I'm your role model, then like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you got so much more potential than I do. And, you know, like.
How do you compute that at 6, though, when you hear that?
At the time, I was like, all right. When he said that, when I told him he was my role model and he told me I could be better than him, I was like, damn, like, if my role model isn't that good, then who is my role model? And then from that moment, I kind of said, like, if I could be better than my role model, then I am my role model. And I just kind of took that as like my future version of myself, the idea that I had of myself in my head. Like that's who I aspire to be. I forgot what the question was.
What values did your family instill in you?
There was a question after that.
No.
Okay.
You just kept on a tangent. And then you told me your father. But I'll say that. So moving in, though, can you describe your relationship with your dad growing up as a kid, in a sense?
I mean, just like I was saying, like he was around. He was a good guy. Very kind, patient, sweet guy. He was always trying to teach something. Like I feel like he always had some kind of gem in his pocket that he was trying to, pull out on people. So I felt like anything was a teachable moment with him. I don't know, just always laughing, having a good time around him. Like he just liked to be a big ball of energy that people can, not feed off of because it's like parasitic, but like it was just, he wanted to be a good person around other people, and it showed.
Yeah. But unfortunately, though, when you were 14, your dad got deported.
Right.
Can you tell me exactly what happened with that and how were you feeling at that time? Because again, like it's you, your mom, and your sister and your dad.
Right.
So your dad gets deported back to Jamaica, and now it's you, your mom, and your sister. So I feel like roles had to switch a little bit. Responsibilities had to be upped a little bit and stuff like that. But like, I'm just curious, like, what was your experience like at that age?
I was like, freshman, sophomore in high school.
Yeah.
And I would say I'm blessed enough to have had my father during those developmental years for me. Right. So at the time that he got deported when I was in high school, like I wouldn't say that there was more for him to teach me because there's always more for a father to teach any of their kids.
Yeah.
But like what he taught me thus far was more than enough to get me way past that point in life. So the story goes, like I said, my dad, he was a truck driver. So at one point he got injured on one of his runs, and he had to go on disability. While he was on disability, they shut down that company and he was like furloughed. Couldn't get a job until like after his disability was up. So he found a different trucking company. Only because like that's really all he knows, like he's been driving trucks since like, he said he dropped out of school in like 8th grade. And ever since then, like he was just driving trucks. So stick with what you know, right?
Yeah.
So he got a new job, but it wasn't paying enough for what he needed to support the family. So he got caught up in drugs. So it was one run where he was telling me he went across to California. There was someone else that he was working with that was supposed to do the run, but for whatever reason, they backed out. So he had to do the run. He got what he needed from California. And when he was driving back to Jersey, he got stopped in like Iowa or Idaho, one of them middle states. Searched the truck. They found some stuff on him, and they booked him for a year. After that year in jail, they had the hearing about deportation, and then they sent him back. And he could have stayed if he did his paperwork. My mom, she was telling him all the time, like, hey, get your citizenship, do your tests, go study. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'll do it.
Just pushing it back.
Yeah. 20 years later, he's only had his residence card. And because of that, he's not a citizen. They sent him back to Jamaica. The dynamic did change, right? So like while he was in jail, we would be on the phone. He would write me letters. Like we'd just be talking that way. And he kind of let me know like, hey, like I was running the house for a while, but like you're the man of the house now. Like you have to make sure that your mother and sister are always good. So that was like the dynamic shift. I would say growing up pretty independent, right? Like I didn't really look at people to try to give me a handout. Any opportunity that I can get to do something for myself, I would take that. Being in high school during that time, right? Like, there's not really much that I could do for my family. Like, I can't go out and get a job because I still have school, like, still trying to build a life for myself. And I would think that's like the selfless thing that my parents did. They tried not to worry me and my sister with any of the hardships. Anything bad that was going on, they just kind of kept on the wraps, try to handle it themselves. And I think, for all it's worth, they really did a good job. Really trying to like keep me and my sister in the light, they're trying to keep the darkness away from us. I think they did really good as parents,
Yeah. But even like as you're getting older, as a teenager though, from 14 to 18 though, you are now making your own choices. You are now understanding what it's like to be walking into becoming a man, really, at that point, So like, even though you're not talking to your dad that much, you're not seeing him and stuff like that, I just kind of wonder, like, as a teenager, yeah, you may not need your dad at that moment because a lot of us as teenagers don't really need our parents. We're kind of just like doing our own thing and stuff like that. But I just want to know, like, even just like coming home, like, do you feel like at that time of your life, like, damn, like, I really wish I had my dad here at that moment, or?
Not really, because at the time, like I said, my dad, he was up and down across the country.
Yeah, you used to.
He'd be gone for like 10 days and then probably home for like 2-3 days. So I guess I got used to his absence, like him not being around the house. So when he got deported and ultimately he passed away, I just kind of got used to his absence, like him not being around. I take it for what it was.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me about high school. What was that like for you?
It was calm. It felt like just something to get out the way. Like I just had to graduate.
Right. I mean, listen, because you was in Plainfield district your whole life, right? So like when you're in high school, did you ever think about like before college, like I want to go here, I want to do this and stuff like that, or no?
It was all a part of the plan. Like people look at graduating high school and college as an accomplishment. I just felt like, yeah, this is the plan. Like there was no other option. Like I feel like K through 12 is mandatory and then college is optional. For me, college, getting at least a bachelor's was the mandate, right? That was like the bare minimum.
Why for you?
It was just the standard. Like my parents, my mom, she graduated college. She has her master's. My family on my mom's side and both sides, my family, they're really like big on education. Kids in my family, they're walking and potty trained by the time they're like 1. I would say my first words before I was 1. So I don't know. It just felt like the level of intellect that my family has as a standard just kind of made me, just follow that path through college pretty seamlessly. Plainfield High School, super easy. Graduated 9th in my class. I was...
Well, I get 9th.
Yeah, I was barely studying. It was whatever.
Right.
I guess the thing about high school is just the friends you meet along the way. It's not that it was much, but
right.
I felt like, I went there for like social stuff, like class, it was whatever. Senior year, I was coming in at like 9 o'clock, leaving by like 12 o'clock.
Yeah, you was there for like a short amount of time.
Literally just an obligation to go.
Right.
But
and then you used to work after that too.
Yeah, exactly. For the family.
Right. But do you feel like though, because sometimes when people like families have these expectations of like, okay, like you got to make sure you have this done, we do this. Did you feel like, even though like maybe for you, it will probably like it's whatever not, but do you feel like sometimes their expectations on you can be a little heavy?
No.
Expectations
were always higher in my eyes than what they expected of me. I think that just goes back to what me and my father talked about, right? Like me being my own role model. I just, whatever goals that people set on me, like, all right, that's it. Because I have dreams higher than that. No, none of their expectations were too heavy.
Okay, good. Now you're in college. You went to Rowan University from 2015 to 2019.
Mhm.
And what did you graduate with?
3.3.
Okay.
Graduated with a finance degree, minor in information systems.
Nice. Now, how was that transition, though, from college? Because now you're in a different ballgame, of course.
Mhm.
You already know that you have to get this degree. You already know that that's already going to happen. But I always feel like in college, there's always like some type of awakening. You know, I feel like by the time we're in there, like we're there to do what we have to do, but so much happens. We get to understand a bit of the real world. We get to understand exactly like our mental health state and stuff like that. So can you explain to me, like, was there any like inklings or things or a time where you felt maybe alone? Maybe where there's a time when you felt just upset or with anxiety, maybe, and stuff like that during that time?
Not really. I don't think I'm an anxious person. Like I said, like
Why you think you're not an anxious person?
I take life in moderation. Like I try not to give too little or give too much, take too little, take too much. I temper all my expectations from the real world.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, like I try to be well prepared for the places and things that I'm about to experience, right? So I knew that college was a different ball game than playing field,
Oh,
right?
what?
So like, I just went into college with like, hey, this is something new. Let me see what this is about now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think college was anything difficult. School wise, I started with an accounting major.
Mm-hmm.
Thought that was boring, pretty easy. So I wanted to challenge myself a little bit, and I went into finance because I felt like that was a little bit more in the weeds of things rather than accounting just kind of being like surface level. The concept I learned in finance is a little bit more than what I was learning in accounting. And that was fun. I like a challenge, you know? So I think that was the thing about college, was just kind of trying to fill your own shoes, right? Because I feel like in playing field, things are pretty laid out for you.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like college, you kind of have to start making your own name.
You do.
You get a little bit more independence, you get more freedom, and it's really up to you what you do with that. I tell kids all the time whenever they're going into college, like your biggest asset and liability is the freedom that you have. I was fine with my freedom. I think for me, when I went into college, I went in with a relationship. So I think that kind of slowed me down a little bit.
Yeah, because you didn't honestly start going out to like your sophomore year of college, like your second semester.
Exactly.
Because you were always, when I used to go visit Brandon Steven. Y'all was always in that damn room playing video games. I'm just like, we're in college. What are we doing? You know?
I don't know. I should have, 100% I should have went out more in freshman year. Maybe meet more people, make more connections.
Wasn't it because of the respect of your relationship at that time?
Yeah, it was.
So it's like, but what was that in a sense like that? Like you couldn't go out or anything like that, or be social with people, or just you just like, I'll just stay in the room.
I don't know. I'm thinking back on it now. It's kind of like fuzzy. That was a long time ago.
I know, it's like
11,
10 years ago.
But no, like thinking back on it, I think it really was just like a respect out of things, just because like the whole stigma about college, like there's girls everywhere. They're going to try to do things to you, right? So I wanted to avoid any of that misunderstanding with my ex.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, nah, I'm just staying. I'm not going to go to any parties. It's cool. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. Like sophomore year, once I was single, like I started going out to clubs more, making connections that way. Got a job from one of those clubs. Yeah, I think ever since like sophomore year, that's when it started going up for me.
But you really started going outside when you joined your fraternity.
I sure did.
Can you tell me the process? Tell everybody what fraternity you're in and like how that come? Because honestly, it's so weird though. I would say this. If I'm being honest, between the three of us, I would kind of expect me to be part of a fraternity.
Right.
You did that. I was like, wow, in a reverse. What are we doing?
So the frat I'm in is La Unidad Latina Lambda Upsilon Lambda Fraternity Incorporated.
Say it again.
LUL.
That was real Spanish.
Right. So it is a Latin-based organization,
Mm-hmm.
but we're not exclusive to only Spanish folks, right? I'm Jamaican. I'm one of the founders for my chapter.
Yes.
And I think that's why I got into frat life. Just because what I was seeing, like my freshman, sophomore year, they wasn't really impressing me. I didn't really like what was going on campus with the frats that were there. Wasn't my cup of tea. So I was like, I don't know, frat life not for me. It wasn't until one of my line brothers, he came up and was like, hey, like, I'm thinking about bringing this frat to Rowan. I think you'd be a good fit for it. And when he first introduced it to me, I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Right.
Just because I thought it was another frat, right? But being that he was bringing it to campus, and I would have a say about how we did things, I think that's what really drew me into it. Being a founder, I really was able to set the guidelines and the groundwork for things that we wanted to do, the impact in the community that we wanted to have. And that was really important to me. Like, I didn't want to be like those other frats on campus that was just
There.
doing things for clout. I really wanted to teach the community something, give the community some kind of aid, right? Community service, life lessons, you know? So say, for example, one of the ideas that I proposed that we do was basically like a budgeting workshop. And the way we did it was we put like, you know, the game of life, the board game?
Yeah.
You know, you get your career, you go through like these spaces and things happen, like you get a promotion, car breakdown. And that was cool, you know, like it was interactive, people learned. We gave them tools that they could use, like different apps to track their money.
Yeah.
And I feel like for a college kid, information like that is crucial.
What?
They're not looking for that, but like once they have that information, like it sticks with them. And that's what I was coming across during my time with Frat. It was cool, you know, like, but you know, the whole going out aspect, that was just as fun, right? Like work hard, play hard. As much as we were doing community service on a Sunday morning, Saturday night, we were out in Philly till like 4 a.m. So it was a give and take. It really showed me duality, being able to do good things for the community and then do good things with the community. I thought it was dope. It was cool.
I definitely saw a shift in you.
You think
when
so?
you did. Yeah.
Because you actually said one of the conversations that people have after joining a Greek organization, frat or sorority, they say, oh, like you changed so much after you crossed. I remember we had that conversation. I asked you, and you said, no, like you've been the same since high school. So,
but let me explain my shift when I say this, though.
Okay.
You are been the same.
Okay.
No matter what, been consistent in that way. The shift I saw where I felt like, oh wow, like I feel like you are, and it's for me, like you're kind of stepping out of your comfort zone, or maybe being like who you are supposed to be in a sense. Like that was after you crossed, we went to that party, and I remember I'm like, well, Brandon's rolling a joint for 30 minutes, but I was like,
First time,
right? But for me, as I was saying, like I didn't at that time, I wouldn't really expect that from you in a sense like that. But I'm like, wow, like check you out, like you're. Even though it's like silly, whatever, not, but I feel like, wow, like you're really just like stepping into something different. You're actually like doing things that you want to do. It's not like precaution or like, oh, I can't do this, stuff like that. So I felt like you weren't, not saying playing it safe, but it's good to see that you were like moving different in that way. You know what I mean by that?
I do. And now that you're like voicing it, that's true. Because
you shifted.
one of the things that I've learned during the process of joining the fraternity was just finding my voice. I feel like soft-spoken. I really don't speak up too often.
Yeah.
But like during the process, I really learned how to, whatever's on my mind, if it really is bothering me, I'm gonna say it, right? Like if there's something that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna do it. So just kind of taking agency, initiative, right? Like I definitely learned that online, and that carried throughout the rest of my life so far. And you know, just kind of build on that some more. Like say, for example, one of my New Year's resolutions this year is hedonism. And like, that's just finding things that I want to do and, you know, taking my pleasure. Not really worrying about other factors too much when thinking about that pleasure. Just kind of doing what I got to do.
And when you say that, give me a couple examples of like things that you're doing for yourself in that way.
Summer's coming up. I made a little list of, I guess, like a bucket list for summer. Different things that I want to get done. If it's by myself, cool. If it's with people, cool. But either way, I'm gonna get it done.
Okay. Now, I want to get into relationships.
Sure.
So, when was your first relationship?
Define relationship.
Romantic.
That isn't cleared up too much.
A girlfriend. When did Brandon have a girlfriend?
The first girlfriend
He's
that
so
I had.
political, y'all. I swear to God. I know I'm a little slow, but like
if you're talking about relationships, you
I
feel
know,
like
I know,
I can have a connection with somebody.
But you know what I meant. That's why I was like, he's doing it on purpose, y'all.
Technically, my first girlfriend was 3rd grade.
Wow.
But really,
Big baby.
My first relationship was 7th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do, when was your first mature relationship?
7th grade.
When was the relationship you felt like you and your girlfriend could be one-on-one together, like more like a relationship?
7th grade.
Okay. I'm thinking like grown up wise, but okay, 7th grade, go ahead.
So I would consider 7th grade my first love.
Okay.
We were together for like 2 years. She was my date to my sister's sweet 16. She met the family. I met her family. You feel me? I felt like that was like my first real connection, you know? And I'm saying that because still in 7th grade, like there were other little flings that I had. But like it was like a 2-week thing where like we called each other boyfriend, girlfriend,
right?
Kissed in the hall, you know, like maybe held hands to class, right? But like 7th grade, like that relationship, it showed me a lot. It opened my eyes to like a connection with the person. For you, I think what you're thinking about, like maybe senior year.
Yeah,
that was probably like one of my
adult relationships. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Too.
So yeah, senior year up until sophomore year of college. That was a cool relationship.
And what do you look for in a woman?
Because
one thing about you, I'll say this. I own a record. I like all your partners, ex-partners.
Thank you.
I always do. I think they're nice. And I can tell by the women that you do choose to have in your life, because your relationships are usually at least like 2-3 year based in a sense like that. But I always wonder, like, what do you look for in a woman?
She has to be beautiful. I'm very shallow. I'll take that.
He is.
Attraction's first, you know, and then whatever's in the heart comes after.
But why? Like people has different standards on like beautiful in a sense like that. So like when you say beautiful, you think like exotic or just like for me, when I define beautiful, like yeah, you look nice and stuff like or handsome, whatever not. But like I don't know, for me, my beautiful is more like within.
Okay. I'm a very vain person, so like I want someone to look good with me because I feel like I'm gonna look good by myself. I want someone to match my fly, so that's important to me.
Okay.
Right. So match my fly. She has to be caring and nurturing. I feel like we talked about this on the last podcast.
No, but like exactly what do you look for in a woman? Because this time you're not slouch. So I want to just ask you like now, like at the time, like what do you look for in a woman at that time? I was saying like before, I'm saying.
Before?
Yeah.
I feel like it's the same standards.
That's what I'm feeling like, okay.
If anything, I feel like after each relationship, I learned something new about what I want in a partner. So it's just like 1% better, like 1% closer to my ideal person. But yeah, she has to be caring, nurturing, has to be intelligent. And not just like book smart, but if she got street smarts, that's a plus. I'm trying to think what else. Adventurous. I feel like I thought about this the other day. Not the other day, a couple months ago. There's 3 needs and 3 wants that I have, but I'm trying to remember them.
Okay.
I don't know, it's just kind of something I feel. You know, like I have a connection, a click with somebody.
What do you want? Let's think about it. What do you want in a relationship?
What I want in a relationship and what I want out of a woman is two different things. I think out of a relationship, I want a connection that can like build on, right? I want someone that can help me and then I help them. We build together to build an empire. Like I come with my side, she comes with her side, and then we bring that together to build something beautiful. I really want a partner. You know, I don't want just someone to just have around. I want someone that's gonna match my drive. You know, like have the ambitions, not the same ambitions, but be as ambitious as me.
Do you think that's hard to find?
I've been pretty lucky.
You've been lucky. You've been in a relationship with them still.
Well, other factors play into it, but ambition-wise, I don't know. I think people have ambition. Yeah, I don't know. At least the people that I've come across, and I think when it comes to like just relationships with people, not even just a woman, that's important to me. You know, like I don't want bums in my circle, right? So, I think without that first connection, like you're probably not gonna be in my circle. And that kind of like weeds out who I would see as a potential partner. Just because like if you're not even in my circle to begin with, like you have no shot of trying to get into this little bubble with me.
What is the pro and con of dating you feel like?
I don't know. I feel like that's for other people to answer.
What would you think though for yourself? If you're looking at, because sometimes I do assessments in relationships with myself. So a lot of times I like to make sure like, okay, well, this relationship ended. And I always say, look at yourself sometimes. Because even though I don't like to do the blame game of like this, even if there was a factor or whatever not, I always kind of look at like, okay, what did I do? Or how can I be better for my next one? So do you feel like you have a strong pro or con? Like for me, my strongest pro would be like, I'm a giving person. Like that's one of my love languages in relationships. I'm giving. And me giving is more of like experience. Me giving can be more of just like showing people or being there as who I am. And then my con for me is also just like not putting myself first. You know what I'm saying? So like, I want to know like in a relationship status, what is your pro and con?
I'll start with the con, I guess. I'm very selfish. If I feel as though something isn't serving me, then I'm gonna dead it. Of course, I'm gonna make a conversation out of it, let people know where I'm coming from. I'm transparent with that, but still, like at the end of the day, I worry about me, right? And if I feel as though something isn't serving my life, then I'm not gonna stick around for that. I would say a pro to dating me is it's different, right? I said I'm selfish. At the same time, I could be selfless. Like I am.
Like an on and off switch you have for it, or
it's different topics. Like say for example, selfish with my peace, right? I'm selfless with my acts, right? So like I like doing things for my partner. I try to make my partner's life easy, right? In any way that I can. I just want to be there for my person, right? So I think that's definitely one of my bonuses. Another one is like I try to be adaptable with folks. I try to learn them, try to understand them, and try to, I won't say work my life around theirs, but really just try to find a way to blend. I try to make life easy, just in general.
Now, obviously, like your parents are married, right?
Right.
So have you ever looked at your dad and see like how their relationship was?
Yeah.
And made you realize, is this the things I want to carry into my relationship with my future partners or what?
Right. So yeah, well, I was thinking about the tea that I'm gonna spill. My parents, they have been married since 91. My dad passed and still married, even though he was deported. They never got a divorce, never separated. When I would see how my dad was with my mom. Never seen them get into an argument.
Okay.
That's not to say they didn't disagree on stuff, but the way they handled that, it was never a fight. They would literally talk about it. So that was cool to see.
A great way to wait, in my opinion, a great way to like grow up, to see like, okay, we can be civilized. We don't
Right.
have to have crash outs.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time we were in the car. I was young and like I told my mom to shut up, and my dad was like about to slap me. So like it was really like taught respect in that house. So I appreciated, how he treated my mom
Mm-hmm.
and how, like he raised me and my sister with her. I think I do learn a lot from how to treat a wife, from how I watch my dad. But that's not to say that everything was like flowers and sunshine.
Right.
As I said earlier, I have at least one sister. And that's because, me and my dad, we talked about it before he passed. And he let me know that like he has some other kids out in the world. And I don't know. I didn't really dive too much into it with him. I learned about that when I was like 25 or something.
Yeah.
So at that point, I didn't know anything about them for the first 25 years of my life. I don't think knowing them for the next 25 years of my life was really going to make much of a difference.
Right.
So I just kind of left that topic where it was at. In my eyes, it's still just me and my sister. Those other kids don't have heir to the throne.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Baker. I like how you just like how when life. One of my favorite things about you, though, I'll say this, and I really try to really like put this in my daily every day. When life really just like throws certain curveballs at it, you really are resilient. You really like you. I remember the best thing you said to me about how you operate. You are like a scientific method,
Right?
Like the 5 steps of what you do. Can you explain that method?
Sure. I think anything in life can be taken through the scientific method.
Mm-hmm.
You make an observation. You make a hypothesis about what you're seeing and what can be changed,
Mm-hmm.
right? You set up your test, you do your experiment, you look at the results, right? Repeat.
Mm-hmm.
The way that applies to my life, everything could be observed, right? Like if I feel as though something can be changed, right? Like I look at it through the scientific method where like, all right, I see this, I don't like it. I want this result. What hypothesis, what can I do to get me to that result, right? So I see, I try, didn't work out, I try again, didn't work out, I try again, worked out, results I look for, right? So, just take life through that lens. Really just try to break it down and try to figure it out.
Okay. And then another relationship question I want to know is, what does sex mean to you? Beyond physical.
I was just about to say it's physical to me.
Mm-hmm. Is it though?
Yeah. Sex is 100% physical, but you can add emotion and love into it. Me personally, I like sex. You feel me? I try to be honest about what I'm looking for with a person.
Mhm.
And if sex is one of those things, I'll be upfront about it. There are people out there that also look at sex as a physical thing and they can detach emotion from it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's cool. That's a vibe. But I think when it does come to sex, like it can get better if you know your person, right? I guess personally speaking, I can physically know a person, right? And still provide pretty good sex.
Mm-hmm.
I can emotionally know the person. And I would just say the pleasure doesn't change, but the connection is a little bit deeper. And that's what makes it a little bit better. I feel like when it comes to sex, it's just an activity. I feel like when it comes to your partner and the intimacy that's shared there is a little bit different than, just sex.
Hmm. But do you feel like sometimes, like, because I've learned this. So if I'm having sex, it's easy to like, it can be physical and stuff like that. But sometimes if you have like let's say a repeating partner, or I'm not even gonna put like in a relationship sense, but just like, a person that you just have sex with all the time. How do you feel like, how hard is it for you? Maybe for you or your partner, how is it hard to now not detach those feelings? Because sometimes when you're doing it over and over and over, it's a connection,
Right.
and sometimes after a while, like we change. Our thoughts change, our feelings change. Like, how do you feel like, do you go on with it being like, okay, like I'm going to have feelings now, I'm going to continue with this and stuff like that. But like,
There's intentionality in every action, right? Even if it's not stated, there's an implication of it, right? So as you're talking about this friends with benefit or situationship or whatever it may be, mind you, I feel like situationships are a stigma. I feel like
how so?
when it comes to situationships, I feel like there's an immaturity in it, right? That brings it to that situationship. I feel like a situationship is developed when both sides aren't seeing the same page, right? There's a miscommunication or disconnect that causes it to be a situation rather than it just being like friends with benefits, right? There's a negative complexity that's added into a situationship that doesn't necessarily need to be there. Not everything is a situationship. Things could be healthy when you're intentional about what you're doing to that connection. So me personally, I like to be honest. I like to state what I'm looking for with the people that I'm with. There's been times where I tell a shorty like straight up, like, hey, like this is short term. This is just a fling. Like we could go out and do things, but for the most part, like it's a sexual exchange. But like on the same side, there's also women that are like, hey, like I'm really feeling you. I want to date you. I want to see if we can build this relationship. So as long as that's stated, right? And you're right, things can change.
Yeah.
There's times where a woman has come to me and say, hey, like, I know we've been doing this A-B for so long. I'm starting to develop feelings for you. Like, where are you at? And we make a conversation out of it. I can let her know, hey, like, yeah, I'm feeling you too. Like, we could take this to the next step. Or I can be honest and say, hey, like, I'm not feeling the same emotions you're feeling. If you're not comfortable with continuing this without that connection, then so be it. But if you're okay with, just keeping it as at a physical, then that's cool too. There's someone out there for everybody. Like everyone has the right cup of tea. Just about finding where that tea party's at.
I like that one. I'm gonna use that. Okay.
So yeah, I go to my tea parties. I know who has my flavor.
Right. Now, what do you look at dating now? Because I feel like, because you was just saying to me, we were talking about this a couple weeks ago. You said this is now the longest time that you've been single for.
I think so. I've been single since like 23, January 2023.
Okay, so like about 3 years now.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel though? Because here's the thing, I don't know. I don't really see you as one of these people that is envious and jealous, or whatever not. But obviously, we have like people in our life that got married or people getting engaged and stuff like that. But like, how do you feel like you're on like a timeline of like, no, I want to like get it going or start something now? But again, I know you, but I just wanted the people to hear your answer.
So yes and no. I feel like ideally to have wife and kids, home, life set up, all that, 35 is the goal, right?
Okay.
Reality speaking, I'm okay being single. Like I think being single's fun. I think being in a relationship is fun. I don't care which way or the other. I remember I was talking to one of my coworkers one time, and she was saying like, "Oh, she's like 50."
They have the best stories. Though. A lot of older coworkers have the best stories.
Right. She was telling me how like she was divorced, but like she was like looking for a new man because she didn't want to die alone. I'm like, good for you. But like me personally, like I'm okay with the idea of dying alone. Like I don't need a partner in my life if it's gonna ruin my peace. I would want my person to bring me peace.
Yes.
So I don't know. Relationship timelines. No hard date, but like ideal wise, yeah, I do have, a little schedule in mind.
Yeah. I don't know. And I felt that so much though, because I used to feel like I needed to get in a relationship, stuff like that. Yeah, I know my story. But I was just saying for me, it's like I always looked at that like I need to have a partner. I need to like need the word and need.
Yeah.
But really like no, like I'm also really okay with like being single. I never thought I came to a point more recently where it's like I do like to date. I do like to have fun now and stuff like that. But it's also like I'm kind of really stepping into what you've been doing and what you've been saying about being transparent. Right. And I think that a lot of times my transparency has been more of like a bit lackluster in the past where it's like I kind of would just like go with the flow with it. If I'm saying something, but I'll kind of like let the other person's feelings sway my opinion and be like, okay, well,
you got
whatever.
10 toes down. And
I've been doing that. And the thing is now I've realized a shift where it's like, I feel like, damn, like I feel bad. Cause you know me, like I'm such a, I care too much. That's my issue. I care too much. But I started realizing the more I kept like really standing on my boundaries, like, hey, I like you. I'm not really interested in a relationship right now, but I would like to see where it goes. I like to have fun. I like to go out. And that's it. Nothing too much. We don't got to talk every day. We don't got to do this and that or see each other all the time. But I say that and I'm trying to implement that and that's it.
Right.
Some people will be mad. And I'm like to myself, is it me or is it just like the people that I guess aren't really that ready or mature enough for me to really say those things, you know?
Right.
I don't know. It's been such a weird time, man, with that.
I agree. Like I said, there's someone out there for everybody. There's been times where I've been trying to like date someone and my honesty didn't work out for them. And that's fine. On to the next. Like say for example, I was dating one person and I don't know, just not really working out the way I envisioned it to be.
Right.
So I keep my options open. I felt like while I'm single, I'm going to do single things. Just be honest about it with the person that's asked me about it. So there was someone else that I was dating and I brought up the fact that I am seeing other people. And she was like, oh, I don't know if I like that. I'm like, all right, cool. You don't have to be around for that.
Not the opposite. You're
Yeah.
around for it. But
Right. Like, I don't know. Like, she didn't want to be at the tea party. That's fine.
Right. Those are flavors.
Exactly. So I give people the option. I think information is key. Knowledge is power. I try to give out as much information as I can so that way people can make the best decision for themselves. And if that decision is not being with me, then so be it. I'm not mad at that.
Okay. Now, one thing about you, you are very confident. Like, guys, the way he look, he's like, yeah. No, but he's really a confident dude. Like, when your style choices and stuff like that. I never realized, like, you always remind me of, like, a Jaden Smith in a sense. Because Jaden Smith is a straight male, but he takes risks and chances with his style. And I realize you've been like that since I've met you. Can you define, like, what masculinity means to you? Because I feel like at a time, people could probably, like, have these perceptions of you, like, oh, like, he's dressing feminine. Oh, or he's gay or this and that. But no, you're none of those things, though.
I get the allegations.
Yeah.
Back in, like, middle school, the first gay allegation was actually people saying I was metrosexual. I was like, what the hell does that mean?
Someone told you that at middle school? Yo, middle school is brutal, yo.
Yo, kids are bullies in middle school. Like, I hate middle school. Kids are mean, bro.
I'm like, what is that? If someone said that to me in
I
middle
have to
school,
go fucking look it up on dictionary.com.
I was called gay or whatever, but like metrosexual.
Yeah, vocabulary, bro.
Wow, okay.
So yeah, I think it was just based off of things that I was wearing, like, and I don't really think it was that crazy because motherfucker, we had uniform.
Right.
um,
What was it, like the pants probably or whatever? Was it like skinny jean or straight leg or a sweater vest? I don't know.
I couldn't tell you what it was.
By the way, I heard you wear a sweater vest as a kid.
I did.
So you can't be mocking me on my sweater vests though.
That was a kid, bro.
Okay.
My mom dressed me.
Okay. What's new?
Your mom dressed you?
As a kid, yeah.
But you chose to wear sweater vests, like
in my adult life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna leave it there. Me, personally, back to the question.
Anyways.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm confident. Like, I feel like I have a pretty clean style. Like, I try not to be too flashy.
Mm-hmm. Does it, I mean, I don't know this too. Does it honestly like bother you though and stuff like that? Or you just be like, whatever, like I just keep it moving?
Yeah, keep it moving. I don't care what people have to say about me.
Mm-hmm.
People that know the real, and that's fine by me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like on a PR tour trying to freaking build my image or something.
Right.
So whatever people want to say, let them talk.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, like, I know me. I know what I'm doing, what I'm not doing.
Mm-hmm.
People in my circle know what I'm doing, not doing. I really could care less about the opinions of someone else.
Right. But again, how do you define masculinity for you?
I don't know, do what you want.
Do what you want. That's the quote. Do what you want.
I feel like just humanity in general.
Because you see, honestly, like I'm getting to that because you see like toxic masculinity. You see it.
Right.
You have probably friends or people that aren't part of it, stuff like that. Like, what would you consider is toxic masculinity?
Okay. So back in college, we used to have a club called Are You Man? And it was actually...
Red flag one.
Why?
You said, are you man?
Are You Man? It stood for...
Oh, I'm thinking like, are you man? Like, are you man enough? That's what I was giving for a second for what you meant.
It was an acronym. It stood for
Are You?
Rowan University Men's Action Network.
Oh, okay. See, that was I was about to say, that's red flag number one.
Right. So in those meetings, though, we would talk about toxic masculinity, like what it means to be a man.
Right.
And I think, all of those lessons in general, they really do just come down to just be your own person. Like, do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
But like the distinction between toxic masculinity and a healthy masculinity is the toes you're stepping on, right? Like when it comes to toxic masculinity, you're big macho man to the point where like it's aggressive to other people. I try not to be an aggressor. Like I'm pretty calm. Toxic masculinity, it's, I don't know, it's just being a macho man. Like I try not to be too abrasive with people. I try to be malleable with folks, just kind of flow with them, like just take everything like water. I don't know. I think I'm trying to like get to this point that's in the back of my mind, but it's not rolling off too well.
Well, how about this? What is one thing you think, I'll say this. What do you think is one thing that people misunderstand about men emotionally then?
Okay. Men have emotions. Like men, they do have feelings.
We do.
And I feel like people try to brush that off. So
why do you feel like that though sometimes when people like try to like push off their feelings? I feel like I feel like as men, how I was raised, it's like we kind of just keep pushing, keep chucking. Like I ain't got time to be sad. I ain't got time to be crying, shit like that. Like just keep going.
Yeah. And that's something that my father also taught me too. Like I think one of the things being in a Jamaican household, if anybody's crying, like they'll wipe your tears and just tell you to hush. And like, it's not telling you to shut up. It's just like calm your soul type thing. At least that's how it felt when my parents were saying it to me. It didn't feel like they were trying to shoo away my emotions. They were just saying, get it under control and, figure out why you're feeling like that. But yeah, like just men emotions in general, I feel like they're neglected. people look more at the actions that a man can do rather than the things that he's thinking or the way that he feels about a situation. A man's emotion is kind of put on the back burner for everything else in the world, as far as I feel.
Mm.
They don't care about like if when I say they, I mean like society as a whole. A lot of people, they try to write off men's emotions, saying, "Hey, like, that's a bitch feeling. Like you're soft right now. Like, why are you feeling sad about this?" It could be a real thing, But me personally, I try to take life in moderations. I try not to feel too heavily one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like being right in the middle is the sweet spot to not get disappointed, right? If I care too much about something, I get my hopes up, and with those hopes can be disappointment and lead to heartbreak, right? Not caring enough about something, that's apathy, and now, like, I'm in the club looking like a fucking dickhead, right? So I feel like there's a happy medium that needs to be had. For people to like really care about what you feel, right? Because there's one thing to feel something, and then there's another thing to express that feeling, right? So healthily expressing those feelings could definitely aid men in, having people take their emotions seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like people, they really don't express too healthily sometimes.
No, they don't. And I feel like that's what I like about our relationship is that I'm a TED Talk, guys. And one thing about me is like I like to really check in with a lot of the men in our friendships and people I have in my life now, because at the same time, it's like we have so much that I feel like that we are just like masking, And I really see it, and like I feel like I see it in everybody, to be honest. And there's times where I just like, I don't know, like I look at life a little bit different now, where it's like I know I can't solve anything. I know maybe what I'm saying might not be comfortable or might not be something that maybe make you feel reassuring or not. But I always say to myself, like I want to make sure that like as men that we are having these conversations, we are checking in. Like even when we've been doing our watch parties, I always say like at the end of the night, like what is your word of the week? You know what I'm saying, for yourself, because we have to, because I just feel like a lot of us are like dying so much inside sometimes with the shit that's going on in this world and like how high the economy is, gas prices, and just politics and stuff like that. It's a lot, and also your family situations and stuff like that. I just like feel like we have to really like check in sometimes. Yeah. I get it. It could be annoying. I could be redundant. I'm told that, but we have to really take care of ourselves, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think having those spaces where people can openly talk about what they're feeling and what they're thinking without being judged, it's definitely a good spot to be in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, like, Are You Man would have those meeting places. Just because I feel like a lot of men don't have a place where they can just come and chat, be themselves.
No.
So it's definitely important to, have people that you could talk about that kind of thing with and not feel judged or like you're doing something wrong.
Mm. Now, speaking about moderation in life, your dad's passing is coming up in a year.
Yeah.
I know you talked about how he passed last episode that he was on, but how do you feel though with that coming up? Like, like people say like the first year is, I guess, the hardest year, or the second year. I always hear like different scenarios, but like as it's coming up in a year, how do you feel?
Indifferent, I guess, is a word I can use.
Okay.
He's been away for like more than 10 years, right? So it's not hard for me to think about this differently, or I guess the same, just because he's away now, right?
Right.
That's not to say over the last year I haven't thought about like, hey, let me text my dad, let me call my dad, let me see what he's on, let me see how he's doing. 100% crossed my mind. But I think one of the biggest things about having moderation is acceptance, right? Like accepting the fact of what happened in life and just rolling with that, right? Like I've accepted my dad has passed away, right? So having those moments where I want to call him, like I want to send him cologne or something. The fact that he's gone, like me accepting that fact, just kind of makes it a little bit easier to like deal with. His anniversary coming up in a year, I don't know. I've thought about it. I don't know what exactly I want to do for his anniversary, but I think it's something.
And how would you like when you have kids? Because I feel like again, you have such like a really great foundation with your family. I love your family. I love how they instilled the man that you are. When you want to have your family eventually, what do you want to instill for your son or daughter?
Same thing that my parents instilled in me. Just kind of do what you want, right? But like, I feel as though when it comes to kids, especially different generations, things change, things work differently. I'll just have to see at that time. You can't say, I want my kid to be like this or be like that. You don't know how your kid's going to be. They're their own human. So I just want my kid to understand that they're their own person and they could be whatever they want. And I just want to kind of be that guiding hand that keeps them from going too bad or like, I want to say too good, but like too optimistic about what life might have to offer. Because I feel like life is hard, you know?
It is.
So you kind of have to set expectations about what life looks like for that kid. I want my kid to be happy, you know? I think that's really what it comes down to. Comfortable in life. I don't want kids now because I feel as though I wouldn't be bringing them into a good life. And that's not to say that like I'm down bad, but I feel like to bring a kid into the world, like you really have to focus on that kid.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to give my kid that attention.
Wholeheartedly. Now, Brandon.
What's up?
We've been friends for 12 years.
Okay.
All right. So can you tell people how many places that we've traveled in those last 12 years?
Don't recall.
So.
You tell the people.
At this point. Y'all, Brandon, y'all. So we've been to Jamaica.
Right.
Chicago.
Sure.
Atlanta.
LA.
Philippines. Seattle.
DC.
Boston. What else? I feel like one more place. Florida. Jacksonville.
Yeah. We're on a cruise.
Can't forget Jacksonville.
Cruise was fun.
We gotta go! I can't say that story, but that's like the one thing I always remember from that trip. We gotta go!
The motherfuckers not trying to go.
That's it. I can't give no context. I was gonna ask you, from all the trips that we've taken, what is your favorite trip that we've done? Oh, okay.
Boss, there's a couple.
But think about it. What is your favorite one? I know it was a lot. We had a lot. Every trip we had great moments, of course. Yeah. But what was your favorite one, specifically why, and what was your least favorite?
Least favorite, I'll probably give it to LA.
I knew you would say that.
Yeah. LA, I'm a big planner. Like I like to do my own little itinerary and shit.
How we work. This is how we work. Burnt Ernie here. Let me explain. He is a planner for the
type
trips.
A as fuck.
Very type A. I have slight tendencies of type A. I'm not a full type A.
You got the structure.
Yes, I do. Then the type B sinks in for me personally. So I wanted to go to LA because he's never been to LA.
As an adult.
As an adult, yes. But I wanted him to like see my friends. I wanted to meet some people and stuff like that. So I had the luxury of planning the trip. And I don't think he liked that. He was nice about it. He was like, okay.
I was vibing.
He was like, next time we go, I'm going to plan it. He's like, okay. Fair.
It's probably going to be better too.
So, okay. I was going to ask you, so you
all right, so that was the worst.
That was the worst, yes. What's the best?
best, it would either have to be Philippines or Boston.
Really?
Yeah.
Like Boston?
Yeah.
You know what's really like kicking for me though? Like Philippines, yeah. Chicago. I'm sorry.
I was down bad in Chicago. You remember?
Well, first of all, you did that to yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's why I can't give it to Boston, because like
Even Atlanta.
it was really good, but it could have been so much better.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna give it to Philippines.
Yeah, because he was on like what, like no hours of sleep or whatever not.
Maybe like 3
Right.
out of like 48, 72 hours.
And we just really hit the ground running with different places. You went home for like when we went to like the game.
I'd take a nap.
Slept. And then we went out all night, which was a vibe there. That's what I'm saying. Like I felt like Chicago was like one of my favorite spots. I felt like
I'd go back. I'd do it again.
right. Okay. And now I want to know, because here's the thing about you though, as we're starting to gear towards the end of the podcast. Okay. You know, one thing about you, and I say this, is sometimes I wonder, why are you friends with me?
You're cool.
No, sometimes like for me, it's like I always look at it, and I was thinking about some times in our life because we don't really argue. We get into like disagreements, of course.
Right.
I remember one time. I feel like this is the one time you really checked my ass one time. I will always remember this, and this is why I kind of realized the kind of man that you are. So I remember when I was at my grandma's house, one of the many times there, and we had everybody there. That's when I was drinking the pool water.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So context on that story. So what happened was I was during COVID, and my dad and I decided to go to the city. But we had to cut the city half short because he had sciatica problems. So I remember just being like, okay, we went to the liquor store. I got a Four Loko. He's drinking his whatever. I go to my grandma's house. I invited the gang over because it was during COVID too. And I was living in Clifton at that time. So I went to Plainfield, went to the train back. And I said, oh, come over. You know, we're outside. You know, we're in the safe perimeters of COVID at that time. So like, cool. I go to my grandma's house. She has Fireball. I used to love Fireball. I used to love it.
So gross.
Used to love it. She had it, so I was drinking that. And then, I don't know, I took a handle of Tito's. That's where I went wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I did that to myself, realizing that. And I remember literally, bro, like, I felt so bad. There was a guy that we used to go to high school with that was there. I started saying, like, and mind you, we've been, BS. Mind you, we were cool.
Nobody knew what you were talking about.
I know. And I showed my ass that night, literally, like, because I've seen him in between, but he was a bully. I'm not gonna hold you. That's trauma for me. So like when I saw him on site, I don't know why. Even like seeing him before, I'm like, you bully me. Everyone's probably looking at me like, what? And then I'm
came out of nowhere.
Right. No. And then I'm like so lit. I'm drinking the pool water because I'm thirsty. I guess I don't know. Like what am I doing? And thank God, because Brandon took a video of that. But thank God he stopped when I threw up. That was like the best part of it.
I just missed it.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe like 5 seconds.
Literally, I was like this. But I remember I kept saying at that night, when Kaylee was going to take me home, I remember I kept saying, like, you got me, you let me get this way. You let me get this and that and not. And I keep putting it on you, saying, you didn't stop it. You didn't do this and that. So Brandon's a man of very short words. But when I got that paragraph-ass text that next day, this is what made me realize, like, I have to stop doing that. With you mainly, it's like, I can't expect you to be like, yo, like, what are you doing? You're a grown-ass man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You are capable of your actions, you know? And that made me realize that myself, like I said to myself, like, I am. And I like moving forward, like anything that I do or anything that I have moving forward, I've learned it's like, well, this is on me. I did that. And I remember you saying that. I remember like just thinking to myself, like, that wasn't cool.
I really do think accountability is key.
Yeah.
Like, I try to take accountabilities of my actions. If people are saying that, like, I made them feel a certain type of way, I'm not going to deny that.
Right.
Right. Like, I'm going to own the actions that I made because that was a full thought that I had. Right. Like, full thought, executed it.
Yes.
So I'm going to live by that. Right. If I fucked up, if I made a mistake, so be it. Right. But, yeah, no, like, I think when it just comes to other people, like, I let them be who they are, you know, like I said, I've been talking about this episode where I'm saying people have to do what they do, right? Like, I'm going to let my kids be who they are.
Yeah.
Right? That's important, right? Like, people make actions and then I have a reaction to that, right? Like, that's just how life is for me. Anything that happens, there's a reaction that goes with it. That's just common physics, chemistry,
Yeah.
chemistry. Let people do what they want.
And I remember we had a conversation a few weeks ago. I remember I was saying to you, like, because I get so in my head sometimes of just like, I know I'm fine, I'm doing good, whatever, or not. But I'm like to myself, like, if it's like anything you want to be honest with me about, whatever, you can. You'd be like, well, I mean, letting you rock. And I think that's a great thing as a friend. Like, you let me rock and stuff like that. And I started realizing to myself, like, yeah, like, you really do be letting me rock. I be living my life and shit like that. You may not agree with everything, of course, and stuff like that. But unless I ask you, I feel like you'll probably tell me the real, like, yo, what's up?
That was actually a learned lesson. Not from you, but like earlier in life.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I was the type to give unsolicited advice, thinking that my idea was the right idea.
Mm-hmm.
But I learned that like not everybody needs that advice. So that's where the idea of letting people rock come from.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not going to give my 2 cents unless they're asking for it. And a lot of times people aren't asking for it. People just want to vent. So yeah, like, I think ever since I learned that in like one of my relationships, I just kind of internalized that into life and let people do what they want.
You do. But I always say that like, about you, man. Like, listen, like, like I was saying earlier, I said sometimes I wonder why we're friends in the way, and I know why we're friends. I feel like we have a really good bond, man. I feel like our chemistry.
So I gave you a dickhead answer. Let me give you the real, right?
Okay.
So I fuck with you, right? Like, you're a bubbly person. I need that in my life. Like, you're the golden retriever to my black cat. Like, I'm very calm, mellow. You're the person that gets me out of that shell a little bit. Not too often, not too hard. But like, you see when it comes out.
That's true.
And then just the talks that we have, like, I feel like you're one of the realest dudes in my circle. Not a lot of people would have the kind of conversations that you would have. And I think that's important to have, you know? Like I said, an intellect. So like having these conversations is always cool for me. And then you also being that person that can get lit. I think you're a full package.
I am. I'm on Hinge on. But no, but I wanted to say with you though also is like, I said that before because I feel like you have patience.
Right.
It's one of your things. You are patient with me. And just in general, anybody in general, but I say with me because I feel like I've had moments in life as we grow, you know, like I don't want to say I'm not proud of anything because I really do love and respect the hustle that I am today. So when I think of sometimes like the drunk times or the crash out moments or just like really just not being to my full potential, you know, but I've always said about you, like you were really one of those people that like you're there for me, man. And like I always remember one of my not favorite things, one of my things I realized you were always gonna be in my life, man, was I remember when I told you 9 months later I got married, and then your response was very like, we listen, we don't judge, but we internalize. You taught me that. And I remember when I came back, and I remember I was big as shit, but you didn't tell me I was fat. You just said, Ivory, let's go to the gym. Go to the gym. Hey, Ivory, let's do this. Let's get ourselves together. Let's drink water. Let's do this or whatever not. Even like my first Valentine's Day, I remember I took off work. I was so sad. And I remember I was like, bro, I want to go to the gym or something. Went to the gym, went to the buffet. Like things like that, like you do. Even when I was going through a real mental break, you picked me up from the hospital. And like, you didn't ask too many questions, stuff like that. You're like, what do you want to do? Go hiking and stuff like that, you know? So it's stuff like that I always appreciate with you. It's like you've been there in high and low moments. You're not judging me. You're not talking shit behind my back about it. You know what I'm saying? So like, I always appreciate you. I love you. My family loves you.
For sure.
And you're always like
too.
Somebody that's like always gonna be about my life, man. And I really do appreciate you.
It's all love.
You know, my yang to yang.
Me.
You know what I'm saying? I love you, brother.
Love you too, bro.
All right, so we do have a game, and the game is who's most likely to, okay? So between Brandon and I are going to point to each other and see who's most likely to, okay? Are you ready?
What you got?
Okay. Who's most likely to fall asleep during a movie?
100%.
All the time. You stood up for Michael, though. I'll tell you that. When we see Michael Jackson, you was up for that.
I love falling asleep in movies. Favorite pastime.
I mean, you want to pay $20 to go to sleep there? Hey,
Absolutely.
Womp. Okay.
I sure will. On a Tuesday, cheap.
Right. Accidentally send a text to the wrong person.
I don't know.
I'm very like calculated. I'm like, nope.
Okay, I'll take that.
Mm-hmm. Who do you think will end up on the news? Various reasons, we'll say. Have the most unread texts.
No, right now, don't clown me. You're going to chill on me right now.
No.
You're going to chill on me right now.
Let me tell you
I got
something.
10 unread texts right now.
He is the worst.
I read my text. Do I reply? That's a different question.
Okay.
That's a different question.
Who was most likely not to reply to a text? Okay.
I'll take that one.
That part.
I'll take that one.
Bro, get out. Take 100 photos before choosing one.
Mr. Photographer.
That makes sense. Yes, I'll say that. Stay out until 4 a.m. Yep. Who's most likely to disappear when they're dating someone? Ooh. No.
I try to keep in touch with folks.
Me too. I don't think it would be me.
You ran away to Cali.
2 years. All right. You're an asshole. I don't even think that. I told you I'm going to lose at this game. All right. Who's most likely to answer a text 3 days later?
100%.
I have a question though. When you do that, that bothers me. Like the thing is, just not just you, people in general. Like I can forget a text. I do. There's times if someone texts me, I might forget and stuff like that. But like, do you just not feel like it on your time or whatever? Now when people do that, I was wondering. Okay.
Yeah. Whenever I feel like talking, I'll talk. You know, like you said, I'm a man of few words.
Mm-hmm.
Time and place for those words also matter.
That part. Who is most likely to hold a grudge? So my new grudge is 72 hours.
Okay. It's a long time.
Listen, from a lifetime
you had
to
2-3
72.
sleeps between that.
Yeah.
And you're still mad.
Sometimes because I can't say certain things. I have to really, like, for me, I really got to internalize, like, how I truly feel about certain things. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it may take a while, you know? Because I want to make sure if I'm truly at peace with something, I want to make sure I'm truly at peace with something. I don't want it to linger and be like, you know what I'm saying? That's why it takes a couple business days to realize, okay, like, you're actually over this. Because people could be like, I'm over this, and then like 2 seconds later, like, and go off about it. Nah, I want to walk in my truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not being bothered.
Right, I get that.
You know? Ooh, who's most likely to say I'm on my way while still at home?
Me.
You know, I just started realizing now since yesterday, when you be texting me here, I'm like, where the hell are you at? You're not here.
I'll be at the corner turning onto your block.
Right, that's not here.
But like, you live on a one-way street, bro. So like, I don't want to block traffic.
I understand that, but when you say here, I'm thinking like you're here.
Here is close enough.
Who is most likely to get arrested for something dumb? Well, I did actually, but yeah.
Yeah. I did actually.
Yeah. Who is most likely to survive a zombie apocalypse? You know, because you be reading Dune. So I would think that, like, or just in general. Yeah, I know. Wrong context. But I think that you read so, because think about people, I don't know if people know about you. You're really a book nerd, like, about philosophy and science and stuff like that. I feel like you would really be good at, like, a zombie apocalypse.
I could plan some shit out. I could have a little bunker.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'll be dead in the first 2 seconds. Every time I see movies like that, I'm like, I'm dead. I don't know how.
I don't think it's not down to the books. It's me being type A.
Mm-hmm.
That would get me through it.
Okay. Got you. Who is most likely to become famous? Okay, I'll take that. Who is most likely to get canceled?
Yeah.
Did you get canceled one time actually before?
Canceled by who?
Remember on Twitter? Remember that one tweet you did that went viral?
I did have a viral tweet. Just off of saying women are better leaders. I guess.
You had how many? You had like, I think, like, what was it, like?
I don't remember
like
at this
200,000, I think, like something.
I don't remember.
That was a random day on the feed one day. I remember seeing that. That's you.
Literally.
I remember I wanted to like all these comments going back and forth. You're just like, I feel like you loved it. You probably just like, oh, this is gonna be fun.
It was fun. All the hate comments. Like, there was one dude that DM'd me, and like, I accepted it to read it, and I just read it, and then he replied like 2 minutes after. He's like, oh, like, you have nothing to say. I'm like, not really. Not really. Like,
That part. Who is most likely to have the biggest glow up at 50? Think so? You know what it is though? I was going to say you though. I feel like you're like, you're always glowing, but I feel like in the 50, I feel like you can really be on some like different shit.
Can't glow up if you're already glowing.
Come on, kid. Okay. You got me there, dog. You got me there. Who is most likely to move to another country? Coming soon.
Maybe.
Never know. Who is most likely to stay friends with everyone? Yeah.
At least we're agreeing.
Yeah. Yeah. Who is most likely to give the best advice? No.
Yeah, just me.
Okay. I give really
it's
good
this
advice.
or that. We can't give both. It's this or that.
Okay, in life, yes, I'll give it to you. You do give really good advice. Thanks. I'll say that. I've at least not been arrested more times anymore, so you definitely do. Who is most likely to check on their friends first?
You.
Mm-hmm. All right. And that is who's most likely.
Fire.
Sup and chill. All right, B, I want to just say again, thank you so much for coming on and getting on the podcast, man. It's always a pleasure that I finally get to have a solo episode with you, but this is something that I think I want people to understand who you are, man. Again, you are amazing. You're great. You're an amazing friend, an amazing brother, and I'm excited for what's to come to you, and I want to keep growing, man. I want to keep us having fun, doing what we got to do, and shooting the shit, and go hiking after this now.
About to go hiking.
We're about to go hiking, guys. So, again, I love you, brother. I do.
Love you too, bro.
All right, guys. Thank you again so much for watching the Get On The Podcast. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and much, much more. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning into the podcast. And again, yeah, I can't wait to see you guys on the next episode. We're almost done with season 2. All right, bye.